Hey guys, my name's Robert Bradham. I want to talk to you today about a similar topic that I've talked about in some of the other speeches, and that is a big debate that's been going on between a lot of the colleges, especially, and that is whether or not ultimate frisbee can be considered a real sport. Um, Most of the debate going on is whether or not it could actually become a collegiate sport, to where they could earn scholarships to play between different colleges. It's already an intercollegiate sport, which they play in tournaments between other colleges, but it's not a sport recognized by colleges yet. Um, so that's just one thing I want to talk to you about today. On the side saying it should not be considered a sport, is what is being said is number one, um, it doesn't have any officials officiating the game. The game is done solely off of spirit of the game, is how it's called. Um, and that basically means you call your own calls. And with the rule book, there's actually ways where you can't really cheat with it, but there are no refs or officials out there officiating the games. There are observers that actually come in if there's a dispute that cannot be solved, but there are no refs in the game. So that's the number one reason why most are saying it cannot be a sport until it changes that. But if there were to be officials, it would completely change the way that the game is done. So it is because it's a self-call game that that would be a little harder to get around to become an actual sport, according to what most colleges believe is to be a sport. The second reason that most schools do not want it to become a sport yet is, even though it's the fastest growing sport in the world right now, actually, it is still technically not a very large sport. So because there's not as many out there as some of the other sports, a lot of colleges don't want that to be there as well. To actually be able to offer scholarships for it, to be able to kind of go off that, because it's not a big money making sport either. So that's another reason that um, a lot of schools are not wanting it. On basically this side saying it needs to be a sport, is because it is the fastest growing sport in the world. A lot of colleges are wanting to create it and make it to that, trying to get around the whole officials topic. So that is one thing that they're trying to do. And according to USA Ultimate, that's just the official website, official league headquarters for the sport in America, at least. It says ultimate frisbee is the fastest growing sport in the world right now. For it not to be in a college, it is the um, sorry, I lost my spot. For it to not be in a college, it needs to be have officials, but that would also change the game. So basically, they're saying the exact same thing. Um, I know it might not be hardcore evidence. It may not be that it's more opinion based right now, which is not a good thing when schools are trying to actually get them in there. But you can kind of see how both sides have an argument, and there's much more growth in it as far as athletes are really wanting to come in and play ultimate frisbee now, because it is a very popular and fast growing game. But I can kind of see, on the other hand, how colleges, they're saying, well, you don't even have officials, you don't have this, you don't have that. We need to have that, because if they're going to put money into the program to be able to compete against other schools, they're going to want it to be an official sport, recognized by the Collegiate Association. Um, and basically, same thing. I was looking up Collegiate Association of America. Right here it says um, ultimate frisbee cannot be a collegiate sport and will not ever have scholarships offered to them if there are no refs. So basically, very similar, but there it's a definite. It said it will not and we cannot, basically, in it. So those are kind of two of the big topics on it. I personally believe that it should be a sport, but I can kind of get in that later when I actually go into talking about why it should be. But I just wanted to basically give a few background info on it and let you kind of be able to decide on your own before I actually give my personal opinion on it. So thanks, guys, for listening.